You may know the feeling well. A racing heart, feeling as though you can't breathe, sweating all over your body, just really needing to escape the situation that you're in. If you've experienced some or all of these sensations, then you definitely know what anxiety feels like. So, speaking of anxiety, can it be cured? Hi, my name is Keisha Dent. I'm a certified consulting hypnotist, and today I want to talk about anxiety. So, first of all, excuse the noise if you're hearing noise. I really wanted to come outside. Where I live, we have just a few weeks left of beautiful weather, and then the rain of winter is going to begin. So, I really want to just enjoy every last bit of beautiful weather that we possibly can. So, hopefully, the noise doesn't bother you too much. So let's talk about anxiety. So, first of all, what is anxiety? Basically, it's fear, it's discomfort, it's living in tension of something bad happening at any moment. Now, anxiety can be a daily occurrence, or it can only be triggered by certain situations, such as flying is a common one, doctor visits, needles, crowds, insects, animals, anything like that. Now, fear, which is really what anxiety is a primitive ancestral trait. It's basically a survival instinct that's passed down to you by your ancestors to help keep you alive. It's a deep, deep part of your DNA. And it's there basically because it's useful. You need some fear to survive life on Earth, or else you're just not going to be here with us. In order to enjoy life and to pass on your genes, if you so choose, a little bit of fear is absolutely necessary. Therefore, it should be there. Fear and anxiety should be there, and it will always be there in some form. So it really cannot and should not be cured, okay? However, that anxiety does not need to rule you. And in fact, it should not rule you. It can actually be managed, and greatly. So it's kind of like having an alarm system on your house, right? It's useful. And that alarm system's job is really to alert you to danger, right? Like actual intruders. But if that same alarm keeps going off and keeps going off when a squirrel trots by, and then it goes off again when a butterfly flies by, and then it goes on again every morning, every afternoon, every evening, in the middle of the night when a leaf falls on your house. If that alarm starts going off so much, it starts to disrupt your work life because now you're always tired because you never sleep, and it starts disrupting your love life because it scares off every lover you bring to your house when you try to make love, and you can't get the things done that you want to, okay, now it's become a problem. And it really needs to be put in its place. Okay, so anxiety is kind of like that. Now, I want to tell you a quick story. This is something that happened to me. I once got a job because I wanted a certain benefit that it had. And if I was honest with myself, there were red flags, big red flags. So always follow your intuition, kids, but I digress. Anyway, I got this job, and right off the bat, within the first couple weeks, it started going downhill. It started going badly. I knew I made a bad mistake, and I increasingly started to butt heads with my supervisors. And I just absolutely hated the job. It got worse and worse and worse, and I kept telling myself, oh my God, this is horrible. This is going to go bad. I'm going to get fired, blah, 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 blah. And I started getting really, really a lot of anxiety around my job. Well, that came to fruition, and I was fired. And it was an awful feeling. And I started to really emotionally spiral. And at that point, being unemployed and not really knowing what I'm going to do, I started to have panic attacks. I started to freak out so much that for the first time in my life, I really started to have panic attacks. And I had no idea they felt the way they did. They literally felt, it wasn't just being scared or nervous. It literally felt as though I was going to die. And it just completely was an overwhelming fear of impending doom. And it just was, I was starting to get heart palpitations and not be able to catch my breath and just sobbing uncontrollably. And it was really, really bad. And it was also disrupting my relationship with my partner as well. I even tried medication, but it turned off all emotions and all feelings. And I hated that feeling too. So I'm a double Cancer, basically. I don't know if you follow astrology, but my sun sign is in Cancer, my moon sign is in Cancer, and if you know anything about astrology, we are emotional people, and I actually have a moon for one reason. I wear that. And the thing about it is I am meant to be emotional. I'm programmed to be emotional. Emotions are actually a part of who I am. So turning them off with medication completely also felt really bad. And I knew that wasn't going to work either. So being that medication didn't work, I kept trying things, and I found hypnosis. And through hypnosis, I learned to, number one, to decrease my panic attacks and then to completely eradicate them from my life for forever. And I haven't had any since. It has completely changed my life. And one of the things that hypnosis helped me with was learning to also dialogue with my own mind, my own self, for my own good, to learn to be able to talk myself out of that behavior. Okay, so what I want to really bring up, the whole reason of the story, is this is the truth. Anxiety is often increased or decreased with your thoughts, okay? It's very rare that physical emotions, especially like anxiety, happen on their own. Usually, what is fueling the anxiety are actually thoughts of impending doom, thoughts of things going badly that are going to bring this up. Now, oftentimes these thoughts are unconscious and they run below the surface, so we're not entirely certain of them. But if you don't take anything else away from this, I want you to remember thoughts cause emotions and emotions cause physical sensations. Anxiety is increased or decreased with your thoughts, okay? Your body responds to the words and images in your head. So the next time you're experiencing anxiety, try my true method, okay? So the first thing I want you to ask yourself is, what are the thoughts that could be causing anxiety? For example, if you're feeling anxiety because you are in a crowd of people and you're just suddenly realizing that you feel very uncomfortable and you can't go on, I want you to ask yourself, what could be the thoughts that could be driving this behavior, okay? And if you really think about it, it's likely, again, a sense of discomfort. I don't want to be here. I can't be here. I can't breathe. I feel constricted. I'm going to freak out. Or even sometimes I'm going to have a panic attack, which in its own can bring on panic attacks, okay? So I want you to think about what are the thoughts that could be causing this anxiety, number one. Number two, are these thoughts real? And oftentimes the thing that we're thinking about is not, okay? Oftentimes it's not real. And it's completely something that we completely accept that is not going to be acceptable. And sometimes, even if there is a sense of reality in it, like for example, well, I probably won't, get into this car crash, but they happen. Okay, well, let's move on to number three. Is this useful? Is this not useful for you right now? Is it actually serving you right now? And usually the answer is going to be no. So if it is not, if you're having thoughts that are not real and definitely not useful, then it is time to be able to change that thought and to replace it with something more productive, such as I am okay here. I am safe here. I'm going to get through this. I'm excited about my trip. I'm going to make it to my trip. I'm going to have a wonderful time. Then I want you to just begin to breathe. It's so important to give oxygen to your brain. Your brain loves oxygen. Your body loves oxygen to regulate itself. And there's so many breathing methods, but I like the 3-6 method, as in breathing in for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, and exhaling for 6, for twice that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And just concentrate on breathing in for 3, breathing out for 6, and keep going. Okay? So definitely try that. And it sounds as though the neighborhood is waking up, so I'm going to jump off of here before it gets super noisy. But coming in October, I want you, and October is spooky month. I'm excited to present a little video program I'm putting together called Fuck Negative Thoughts, a 5-day reset to start saying yes to your happiness, your desires, and yourself. So look out for that in October. Definitely sign up for our newsletter in order to get information on that. It's totally free. It's all about negative thoughts. What do negative thoughts have to do with fear and anxiety? A lot. So I definitely want you to check that out if you'd like to find out more. And hey, also, if you'd like to find out more about hypnosis, about hypnotherapy and working with me to overcome anxiety, to be able to manage it, then definitely get your free consultation with me. And you can do that at www.newworldcoaching.org. All right, so I want to thank you so much for this time, and sign up for the newsletter, check out the website, and I will see you soon. And remember, In order to change your life, you must first change yourself. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.